Hey friends, it's Rachel Archelaus here, and today we're going to talk about how to get better results than you've ever gotten before. So this would apply to getting more clients than you've ever gotten before, getting more income than you've ever gotten before, even if you don't work for yourself, how to be happier than you've ever been before, whatever you want. It's a pretty universal principle, and I've seen it happen in so many different ways. So first let me tell you why things aren't working. So why aren't you getting better results than you've ever gotten before? And you may have heard this, but I really want you to hear it from me. Just listen, take it in. It's because you're not expanding. So what keeps us from getting bigger and better, anything, is that we're not getting bigger and better. And that makes sense if you think about the fact that, you hear all the time that we create our results. We create our outside world based on what we are on the inside. But I'm going to take this a step further for you and say that you are the outside world. You are the inside and the outside. It's not just that the outside is your reflection, it's also you. So it gets kind of trippy here, but basically, if you have barriers up, if you have a comfort zone that you're not willing to cross, even if you get the inspiration to cross it, like you get inspired to reach out to someone really well known, right? And you don't do it. You're keeping yourself in your comfort zone. If you get inspired to reach out to someone you know to offer them what you've got, a massage, essential oils, a high-end program, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be big, and you don't do it, you don't reach out, you're staying within your comfort zone, you're staying small, okay? You're saying to yourself, I have this barrier, I have this amount of self-worth, I have this amount of value. That really high-end person, that really well-known person, why would they ever call me back? Why would they talk to me? Or this person who you feel like could use a massage or could use your program, you don't reach out to them. Why? It's because you don't feel like you are worthy of talking to them. You don't feel like they'll take you seriously, right? It's this all basically a self-worth issue. It's a limiting belief issue. We have this bubble that we put around ourselves of, I'm worth this, they're worth that, and they're different. Okay? So we create this inequality, but it's really in our head. So the truth that I'm trying to express here is that you are everything. You are the person who's more well known, and you are you. And what we need to do to increase your results and increase your benefits and increase your money, increase your clients, whatever, is for you to recognize yourself and everything outside of you so you can start dismantling this bubble that you've created so that you can bring your self-worth and your self-value up to anyone that you see. So if you see value in other people, you also have that amount of value. If you can recognize a certain level of value in someone else, then you also have that value. Same goes for the negative. If you see someone doing really bad behavior, then you recognize that you're very capable of doing that too. You're just choosing not to. This is nothing new to you guys. I know you're very spiritually advanced, That goes back to just integrating your shadow work, knowing that we're everything, knowing that we're all one. This whole oneness thing, we're all familiar with that, but we don't normally think about it in this way, in this like everyday, practical, this is why my life is like it is kind of way. But it's really true. It really applies. How do people get bigger? Because they take one uncomfortable step after another. They break down their wall. They raise their self-worth by doing things, by reaching out, by expanding outside of their bubble. I'm going through this too. I mean, there are people who are well known out there who I feel like would really I would love to meet them. I would love to work with them. I feel like our messages are so similar and that we would really get along. But it's a little scary to reach out to someone new. But what if I did? Okay, what if I followed that inspiration? I reached out and they're like, yeah, I love what you do. That's so cool. You know, let's work together. Let's do an interview. Let's do a project. Right? That would exponentially get me more clients and more views and more fans and whatever. Because their list is so much bigger. Their reach is so much bigger. So that would ultimately do a lot for me. Right? If I see something like somebody's wanting, I get Haro, H-A-R-O. I think it's haro.org, help a reporter out. I get their emails 3 times a day. And this morning I saw something about people with unusual jobs. And they were looking for interviewees to do an hour spot for some television show, right? I got the inspiration to follow up with that. Like, hey, I've got a really unusual job and it's really fun and I love talking about it. And obviously I love doing videos, so it's like perfect. So we get these inspirations and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but I couldn't do that. Oh, I couldn't, there's no way that they'd want me. Well, you don't know. And if you get the inspiration to do something, the best thing you can do is follow it, because your inspiration is not going to guide you down the wrong path. Your inspiration is only going to get you on the path of where you're wanting to go. So it's the scary stuff that we need to do in order to reach the level that we want. So what would happen if I went on TV? I mean, that would be pretty freaking cool. Would it expand my reach? Would it expand my results? Yes. Whatever it is for you, if it's hiring an assistant, if it's buying a program that's a little expensive, I've done that, It's scary at first, but if you're really inspired to do it, it's going to teach you something. It's going to show you something. All right? There are so many things that this could apply to, but how you'll know is that you're inspired and then you're scared. Okay? There's no neutrality here. It's like, yes, and then, no. All right? That is your opportunity to stretch. And that is your opportunity to say, I'm going to dismantle my bubble. I'm going to make myself equal to the outside world, not inferior to it, because that's not the truth of who you are. The truth of who you are is that you are glorious and magnificent and totally equal to everything that there is. So take that in. Hopefully you'll take my advice and do that scary thing that you are thinking about doing. I will do it too. I will take my advice and I will let you know how it goes. And if you see me on TV, then you'll know that I did it. But I'll definitely let you know if that happens. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. Lots of love. Bye.